is Seeka's Chariot. Vehicle. 4-drop. When a Seeka's Chariot enters the battlefield, create 2 2/2s. Okay. Whenever it attacks, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. Wow. So when you cast it, you get 4/4 worth of stats, and then you've also got this 4/4 vehicle. And when you attack with it, it's crew 4, which is obviously very expensive, but when you crew it, you just get another cat, or another token of a different kind if you have some. I don't actually have a lot of experience with vehicles myself. I mean, the only time I've ever used vehicles is in Historic since Kaldheim came out, so a month or whatever. But this, to me, seems good. But maybe it's shit, but it's a 4 mana 4/4. The fact that you get 2 2/2s when you first cast it is like... Because that solves the problem with vehicles, doesn't it? This is why the boat is good. Because the boat actually does something when you cast it. This actually does something when you cast it. Obviously, like, pretty much all vehicles are decent if you've got them in play and you're crewing them and attacking or blocking with them, but... I don't know, this seems decent, right? Am I crazy? This has to be decent. Surely. Seems gas to me. Yeah, I mean... So what other, like, tokens are there in Standard? Obviously, you'll just be making a cat most of the time, but is there anything else, like, crazy you can do with it? Shark. Copy a shark. Monka giga. Okay. That's a bit scary, isn't it? That's pretty good. The 8/8 Kraken Kiora. Okay, guys. I'm gonna... Yeah, right. First card, I'm already triggered. What do you mean that the Kiora token? Fuck's sake. Alright. God's Hall Guardian. 6 mana. 3/6 with Vigilance. Grossami Dragger. I'm gonna guess that Grossami is gruesome. It's grim. Grim Dragger. 3 mana 3/2. What the hell is this? 1S? 1 snow? How do you get snow? Is it just like tap a snowland? Yes, okay. So this is 2 mana. Get +1/+0 and menace. Wow, gas. Spirit Blade. 1 and a white, enchantment, aura, enchant creature, enchanted creature gets +2/+2. And for 1 and a white, exile Spirit Blade from your graveyard. Return target aura or equipment card from your graveyard to hand. +2/+2, huh? So it's a Grindlord aura, huh? I'm just thinking about whether this would get played in historic auras. Probably not, right? 2 mana's too much? Yeah. All the other auras are just way better. Search for Glory. 2 and a white snow sorcery. Search your library for a snow card, legendary card, or saga, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. You gain 1 life for each snow mana spent casting this spell. Trash. Shooter? Yeah, but shooters suck, man. No cap. Rally the Ranks. 1 and a white enchantment. As Rally the Ranks enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. Okay. Now this card is gas. Oh baby. 2 mana, by the way. That feels good. 2 mana. And it's an enchantment, which is slightly better than an artifact, in my opinion. This is a vintage cube card, guys. Therefore, it is good. Boros Goblins. I mean, I don't think you would play it in Goblins, though. You don't need it in Goblins, right? Why is it a rare? I think this is a fine rare, right? This is garbage? Come on. No, this card is not garbage. You are out of your mind. This card's gas. There's not much to say about it. I mean, it's very obvious, like, where you use it, huh? You use it in tribal decks that have white mana. But yes, clearly good. Reckless Crew. 3 red sorcery, create X 2/1 red dwarf berserker creature tokens, where X is the number of vehicles you control plus the number of equipment you control. For each of these tokens, you may attach an equipment you control to it. Okay, so how many 2/1 red dwarf berserker creature tokens do you need to create for this card to be good? 4, right? 3? Well, no. 3 is not good. 4 is good. Three is nothing more than like a pass in it. Like if the average number of dwarfs that you create with this card is 3, you will not play it in your deck. It would get cut from your deck, right? So it has to be 4. And it seems really hard to create 4. Equip attaching for free is good, yeah, but I think you still want to make 4. And that seems just so hard. It's also like it's a 4 mana card, isn't it? Which is contesting quite a strong like mana point for this dwarf vehicle equipment deck that they're trying to push, because you already have like Torbran, Cleave, you've got the Boros Saga in that slot. I'm sure there's another card as well, so. And this just seems like worse than all the rest of those cards, huh? So I'm gonna go ahead and call this card a scam. Dude, so many cards, man. Let's go. Saw it coming. 1 blue blue. Instant. Counter target spell. Foretell. 1 blue. It's counter spelling it. They're all the same. Doomscar Oracle. 2 and a white. Creature. Human cleric. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you gain 2 life. Nope. That counters gas? Yeah, I mean, maybe. All counter spells in standard are okay, and that one's also probably okay. Or all is not the word. All 3 mana counter spells are never better or worse than okay. Alright, what is this shit? Okay, this is a black card. I thought it was green. Tegrid, Goddess of Dread, and Tegrid's Lantern. 3 black black or 3 black. Legendary creature, legendary artifact. So the creature is 4/5 with Menace. Whenever an opponent sacks a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card, you can put that card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. The Lantern is tap. Player loses 3 life unless they sack a non-land permanent or discard a card, and 4 to untap it. Eh. Same shit. You can't even, like, if you could upkeep discard with it, that'd be kind of gas. But you can't, because the opponent just pays 3 life, right? It's too expensive, yeah. It just doesn't really do anything, man. Free passages. I don't know, guys. The problem with this card is that both sides of it are bad. So that surely means that the card is bad. I'm laying down the law. Trash. 2 and a white instant, deal 5, fuck off. Awaken the Trolls! 6 mana saga. Okay, destroy target land. Trash. Put target land from a graveyard on the battlefield under your control. Trash. Choose target opponent. If they control less lands than you, create 4/4 warrior troll creature tokens with reach equal to the difference in lands. too slow, man. Like there's better things you can do for 6 mana in this game than make some 4/4s in 3 turns. Blizzard Fight. Green. Snow Sorcery. Choose target creature that you control and target creature you don't control. If you control 3 or more snow permanents, the creature you control gains +1/+0 and indestructible until end of turn. Then the creatures fight. Yeah, I mean, guys, like, you have to compare this card to Primal Might, right? It's just like it's not as good as Primal Might, so it's shit. But Primal Might is a rare. I don't give a fuck, mate. Tormentor's Helm. Red. Artifact. Equipment. Okay, a 1-drop equipment. Good for the dwarf deck, maybe. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever equipped creature becomes blocked, it deals 1 damage to defending player. Equip 1. It's okay, right? I think. Equip 1 is nice, that's pretty cheap. It's sad that it doesn't like auto-equip when you cast it though. Just to play Shock? Well, this card is obviously for the dwarf vehicle equipment deck, innit? But what that deck needs is 1 mana dwarves, not 1 mana equipments. Whoa, what the? Wait, what? Okay, Asika, boom, boom, boom. Oh, I cannot wait to review Village Rites. That card looks cool. Furia, Judge of Valor. 2 white, black, black. Angel Cleric, Flying Lifelink. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. 5 mana, 2/4, huh? The World Tree. Land. The World Tree enters the battlefield tapped. Tap to add green. As long as you control 6 or more lands. Lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any colour. White, white, blue, blue. Black, black, red, red, green, green, tap, sack the World Tree. Search your library for any number of god cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Alright, 5 colour handy, huh? God Tribal. 5 colour God Tribal. I don't know, guys, this thing sucks, doesn't it? This card is literally just a tapped forest. It's a tapped forest. No kappa. The colour fixing is awesome as it is. Yeah, I mean, it is for Ali Eldrazi, yeah. But for me, this is a tapped forest. It's a tapped forest, innit? Let's be honest. But I'm sure there'll be plenty of people who will play this tapped forest, preparing to have 6 lands, which they can then have ultimate colour fixing, and then they'll die when they've got 5 lands and say, oh, I wish I played an untapped forest. This card sucks. Doesn't it insta-win if you pop the ability? Yeah, sure, man, probably, but so does everything, right? It's 11 mana. It could be good in Historic, yeah. There's no way you can ramp fast enough in Standard, though, for this shit. Might be a decent Historic deck, don't get me wrong. The problem with playing this in Historic is that then you... I don't know how many God cards you can get in your deck in Historic, right? Without your deck just being bad or not good enough. I could see a world where it is decent Historic. But this, like, as long as you control 6 or more lands you control add 1 mana of any colour, like that bit of text just might as well not be on the card, right? It's irrelevant. Then this... So this is what you're trying to do, huh? You're trying to play a ramp pile with God cards, which I don't think is possible in Standard. It would be possible in Historic, but I don't even know if the God cards are good enough to play it in Historic, right? That's my opinion on the card. It would be a fun deck to try, though. We'll try it for sure. Alright, Jeffrey, what you saying, mate? Only for Rainbow EDH decks. Fair enough. It's good, even if you're not shuffling gods. Seems a bit of a stumble that you can have 4. Does it? Oh no. Hopefully my opponent doesn't play 4 tapped forests. That would suck. Weird that it's not legendary. How is it weird? But do you know it shouldn't trigger me because it doesn't matter, but it really triggers me when someone like replies to a comment with like essentially saying I agree, because isn't that's what the fucking like button's for? It's like, I agree, but I am more important than the other people who agree, so I am going to state that I agree. It's actually fucking annoying. Laughs and Tireless Pilgrim. That's a good one. Good one, Ryan. Coming with the bants there. That's funny, wasn't it? Alright. Coma, Cosmo Serpent. So, in conclusion, my opinion of the World Tree is shit. Probably bad in Standard and Historic, but for different reasons. Bad in Standard because you can't ramp enough, and bad in Historic because the gods are not high enough card quality. Okay, Coma. 3 GG blue blue. Legendary creature, spell can't be countered. What's that? 7 mana 6/6. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 3/3. Sack another serpent, choose 1. Tap target permanent. Its activated abilities can't be activated this turn. Gains indestructible until end of turn. No flash, huh? Dude, why does it cost 7 mana? This is like this thing's a 5-drop, isn't it? 7 mana. Even at 6 mana, it's giga expensive. Yeah, I mean, this is a Gargaroth, isn't it? Basically. Slightly improved Gargaroth. But not improved enough to justify spending 2 more mana and an incredibly more severe like mana cost as well, with the double blue, double green. So, in conclusion, trash. Isika, God of the Tree, and the Prismatic Bridge. Double green, 3 mana, 1/4 Vigilance, add 1 mana of any colour. Other legendary creatures you control have Vigilance and add 1 mana of any colour. Okay, Ramplord. Kind of bad Ramplord, honestly. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature or planeswalker card. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. At the beginning of your upkeep. Sag. Why couldn't it be at, like, the beginning of combat, so you can actually get a trigger of it on your turn? End step? I guess end step's fine too, but not quite as good. It's just bad, huh? So you would be using the creature most of the time, I guess. Is the creature good? Psst, no. Even if you're playing a full legendary deck, it's just like whatever, innit? Five color full legendary deck. I mean, if you were playing a 5 color full legendary deck, you would probably play this card, but I don't think your deck would be very good. What about 5 color Kethis? Gas? I don't know. I mean, this card sucks, right? This card is great if you're playing 5 colors, you've hit all of your colors, you've casted Prismatic Bridge, and your opponent hasn't played any cards from turn 1 to 4 and certainly doesn't have any enchantment removal. In which case, then you get to untap and you get to pull 1 card from your deck. And that's going to be sick. Seize the Spoils. 2 and a red sorcery. Discard a card, draw 2, make a token. Village Rites. Coma's Faithful. Bzz. I mean, that would go in Bzz combo, yeah. That card goes in Bzz combo for sure. Coma's Faithful. 3 mana, 3/1 lifelink. When it dies, each player mills 3. What? Dude, there's so many cards. Wait, that wasn't... That is not 8 tabs. Alright, Cosmos Charger. 3 blue, flash flying, 4 mana, 3/3 flash flyer. Spirit. That's a relevant creature type. 4 railing cards from your hand cost 1 less and can be done on any player's turn. Foretell for 3. Hey man, this guy might be gas. This guy is decent. 3/3 is a little... It's a little pussy, innit? 3/3. You'd like a 4/4 here. But the text is cool. Flash, very good. Flying, very good. Mana cheating, very good. Mana cheating, very good. Spirit, kinda good. Literally horsemanship. Yep. I think this card's good, guys. I'm gonna give this card the stamp of approval. Cosmo Serpent. Good card. Halvar, God of Kinship. The Ringheart Crest. 4 mana, double green, 2/4. As long as you control 3 or more legendary creatures, it's a 6/6 with Vigilance. Look at the top 6 cards of your library and reveal a legendary creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Why into your hand, man? Into your hand triggers me so much. Why into your hand? This is enters the battlefield, choose a creature type, add green, spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type or a legendary creature spell. Okay, so if you have 2 of these, you can just ramp out. There's also only green mana though, huh? Yeah. I mean, mana rocks are decent though. This is actually okay in Kethis, isn't it? This card. You don't think it's good in Kethis? Hmm. I think it is good, man. I think you would actually use the artifact most of the time in Kethis, but I think it's good. Oh, there'll be some times when you want to use the creature, but it's kind of annoying that the creature is the front half of it though, right? So because you wouldn't be able to cast this artifact from Emery or anything like that. That's a bit annoying. Good in Paradox Engine? Nah, I don't think it's good in Paradox Engine, man. Because the creature is just irrelevant in Paradox Engine, isn't it? Is it what Kethis needs to be good? Not really. Kethis needs protection from graveyard hate, right? Mostly. Which this card is obviously not that, to be fair. Dude, when is this next game, man? Pivar Kell. 2 green green, legendary planeswalker. Elves you control have tap for black. For black? Put a +1/+1 counter on up to one target elf, untap it against Death Touch. That seems kind of good. Create a 1/1 token for 0. Meh. Get an emblem with whenever you cast an elf spell. Oh wait, you create this for 0, and then next turn you can tap it for black. It's actually pretty good. This thing seems kind of nutty. So you can untap your elf dorks on the turn that you cast it as well. Paradox Engine elves, guys. Is it actually going to be the nuts? Maybe. Four mana do nothing? How is this 4 mana do nothing, dude? This is not 4 mana do nothing at all. I think this card's gas. You need like, but how do you use black mana well in an elf deck, man? Obviously you can use black mana pretty well in historic, but if you're going for like a standard elf deck, wait, what do we have so far? Do we have anything? Anything good at all? So standard elves seems pretty awful. Guys, I think there's a decent chance we might get another 1 mana dark, man. I think we might get 1 mana dark, and then you'll have 2 in historic, which will bump up a lot of different decks, not only just elves. Because I do think historic needs a second one. I mean, I hate 1 mana darks because they're so fucking broken, but I do think historic will get one, or it looks like we might get one, right? Because you can't bring out a bunch of elves and not add a second dork, and in the same breath add at least a first one to standard, right? You can't. There's no way that they would do that, would they?
New pairing received.
Bring out a bunch of elves and some elf planeswalkers and that sort of thing, and then not give people a dork in standard? What format are you playing this guy in? Tyvar? I mean, it looks like probably historic, but there might be a standard elf deck, maybe. I'd quite like a standard elf deck, but the guy seems gas in elves for me, and maybe even further back. He seems really good. Maybe I'm just like missing something, but this passive is crazy. This plus is pretty decent. The 0 is not great, but fine. And the alt doesn't matter. You just need to find a way to make black mana relevant in your elves deck, which doesn't seem too hard. You can play just some removal spells, really, right? Play some removal spells, play some discard spells, and there might even be some black elves. Path to the World tree. When Path to the World tree enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Why your hand, man? So for 7, you can sack it, gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, deal 2 damage to face, 2 damage to creature, and make a 2/2. It's garbage in it. Trickster God's Heist. You may exchange control of 2 target creatures. You may exchange control of 2 target non-basic, non-creature permanents that share a card type. And then drain 3. What? What does non-basic mean? Is that referring to like just the basic lands? Is there anything else that stops? Just lands? This thing seems kind of dumb. Exchange control of a creature. Exchange control of a non-creature. Drain 3. This is so slow, guys, but could be gas. Could honestly be gas. You could trade this with an enemy enchantment on step 2. I guess so, yeah. At least you have a fallback on step 2 that you can just trade a land at worst, right? Not that that would do anything. I just feel like step 2 is going to be dead too often, you know? And step 3 is like irrelevant. Stealing castle is gas, yeah. It's just another Yorion card, isn't it? Like, can you swap 2 creatures and then use your Yorion to bounce the creature back? Because isn't Yorion worded weirdly where it does let you do that? So I know something can do that. Oh, it's Charming Prince. And Thassa, yeah. Is Thassa in standard? So you can also bounce, like if you steal something with this, you can bounce the opponent's creature with this and you get it back, right, as well. If it's got like a good end to the battlefield effect. Maybe you play this in the Thassa deck. Because you do kind of, you want to play it in a deck with either like tokens or like good end to the battlefield creatures, so that when you trade the creature, you're giving them like a low stat creature that has most of its effect from its end to the battlefield thing, right? So I could see that happening. What about if you trade like your apparition? Who gets the token under the apparition when the apparition dies if you give it to the opponent? Do we get the token? Owner of the spell gets the token. Alright, sad. Sag. Yeah, I mean, this is just going to be in a fucking another. It's just another Yorion card, guys. It's just going to go in Resident Sleeper, like 80 into the battlefield creatures Yorion deck. And you can like trade, you can swap your omens for the opponent's like good enchantments. You can swap your caskets for the opponent's like good artifacts. It's just another, and just a yet another garbage Yorion card. So miserable, man. Raven form. 2 and a blue. Sorcery. Exile target artifact or creature. Its controller creates a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying. What? Blue removal? Excuse me? Blue baffling end. Kind of. Or blue banishing light. Oh wait, it's not an enchantment, it's a sorcery. What the fuck? Dude, why is this card blue, man? So weird. This card will get played, guys. No cap. It's trash, but it will get played. Simply because this thing is a teardrop. If this was any of the other 4 things, it wouldn't get played. Color pie, by the way. Yep. So I'm gonna rate this card as will get played out of 10, but might be literally the worst card in standard that sees play, but it will see play. I'm so wrong? But you think this won't see play? Dude, come on. This card is absolutely gonna see play. Are you joking? It's the only card in the game that can banish artifacts in blue. It will see play. Yep, it would see play if it cost 5 mana, man. Simply because it's a blue card. It is kind of like, it's quite shit, this card. It's okay. It is quite shit though. But simply because it's blue, this will be all over the place. So expect to see Raven form. This may actually be one of the most impactful cards that we've seen so far. And it's trash, that's the funny thing. Forging the Tyrite Sword. 1 red-white saga. Create a treasure. Search your library for a card named Halvar, God of Battle, or an equipment card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. What is Halvar, God of Battle? Hello? I missed it? Oh, it's the white one. I'm looking at red cards here. It's the white god. Okay, I mean, he's kind of shit though, isn't he? Create a treasure? Create a treasure. And then you shoot her for a cleave. Slow as fuck, innit? But treasure tokens are decent though. This thing looks good to me, I think. It's an interesting card because it's very slow, and the type of deck you want to play this in would be a faster deck, huh? Is there any other deck you could play it in that would want like 2 treasures and... Oh no, it's an equipment it finds. Alright, I thought it was an artifact. I was gonna say like different artifacts, but not really. So I mean, you're just using this to shoot a cleave like every time, right? Unless you already have a cleave in your hand. Play this in goblins? Maybe. I can see playing this in goblins, guys. What? This is turn 4. It's turn 4 Muxus by itself. The 2 treasures. It's turn 4 Muxus by itself, and I mean you can play cleave in goblins fine. It's an interesting card, man. Another Yorion card? Okay, so Jeskai Yorion. Does Jeskai Yorion have an equipment card that it can play? Because dude, you can play this on turn 3 and then turn 4 Yorion just bounce it, make more treasures again. Cleave? Okay, well of course it can play Cleave, but is there a different one it could play? Like something that draws or something like that? I don't know. Shadow Spirit? Well, Maul, you would just play Cleave instead of Maul, right? Shadow Spirit's a good card. Unless, could Jeskai Yorion play the God? Just doesn't do anything, does it? No. The god. This is the god tier. Creatures you control that are enchanted or equipped have double strike. At the beginning of each combat, you may attach target aura or equipment attached to a creature you control to target creature you control. Dude, I think this card is absolute gas. Like definitely in Cleave decks, Cleave Boros decks, maybe in Goblins, and maybe even in a Yorion deck. Although, like, I think this card would end up being decent in a Yorion deck, but there will probably be enough cards to fill out the deck and not have this, right? This would be like your 100th card rather than something in your first 80. Dog shit? This card is not dog shit, man. Are you serious? Chat, they're still underestimating Ramp, even in 2021. Pepe laugh. They'll never learn. Neither Wizards nor the community. They still don't fucking know. You have 4 new emails? Yeah, but the thing about emails is if you read them, you have to respond to them, right? But if you don't read them, then you can just say that you haven't got around to reading them yet. And then you can just avoid the subject completely. Okay, chat. What equipment is Yorion fetching? So it would have to be Jeskai, right? I mean, I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be Jeskai, because you can use just white for Yorion, I guess. But what else are you going to play? Mardu? Naya? Mardu? Naya? No. Alright, standard. Is this card playable in Yorion? Equipment. I will be surprised if we find something better than a cleave here. Bronze sword? Okay. So if this gets played in a Yorion deck, it will either be to fetch a cleave, maybe like a random one-off cleave in your deck, or maybe a new equipment of some kind that might be good, maybe. But dude, I think this is, you play this in Goblins, man. No cap. This is a gas Goblins card. Alright, Bretagard Stronghold. Land. Enters the battlefield tapped. Tap to add green. Green, white, white, tap, sack. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control. They gain Vigilance and Lifelink until end of turn. Activate this ability only any time you could cast a sorcery. Pretty good, right? Decent land. For a Selesnya deck, if there is one. The problem with the Selesnya land is that Selesnya is always shit. Bad land is bad. Why is it tapped? That's what I want to know. Because it's kind of like Oasis, isn't it? The green Oasis, except it's tapped for no reason. Sad. It doesn't even have to enter tapped, man. Couldn't you just make it not be tapped? What about playing it in something like the other way you could use this card would be to play it in like a Bant deck or something, right? Like a Bant, like historic Bant, but then there's not enough space in the mana base for this type of card. It would fit in that type of deck, but you just wouldn't play it. There's better options, right? Give your pig and your Uro Vigilance and Lifelink or whatever. There just won't be space because you have like your 25 dual lands and then you play a couple of castles. You wouldn't play this over a castle.
Round timer ended.
But yeah, I mean, the fact that it's tapped is just a scam, innit? It's so unnecessary. It doesn't need to be tapped. Alright, round ended. Mist Sculptor of Winter. Oh, we also missed this, huh? 1G. 2/2. 2 mana dark. Elf Rogue. It's shit in it. L Garbage. Hailstorm Valkyrie. 4 mana 2/2 Flying Trample. 2 snow. +2/+2 until end of turn. Alright, they both suck. The Angel is a bomb in limited. No, it's not. The elf is better than just a mana dark. I mean, it's okay, man. It's an okay dark, and okay darks don't see play, so it doesn't see play. Can you add unlimited snowlands in draft? I think you have to draft them, man. I believe, unless I'm wrong. I've been wrong once before in my life. Alright, quick refresh. Nope, nothing yet. Is there any other cards that we haven't looked at yet because they were spoiled? A Bind in the Old Gods, man. That card is pretty good. Whenever one or more other elves enter the battle... Oh yeah, that thing sucks, huh? Old Growth Troll. Don't think we've looked at that card. Blood on the Snow. Rise of the Dread Marn. Runeforged Champion. Resplendent Marshal. I missed one card? No, I didn't. Why, what you lying for, mate? Lotus Bloom? What? Dude, there's so many leaked cards, man. What the fuck? There's like none of the sets left. All leaks? Yeah, I don't give a shit, man. Fuck everyone else. I'm looking at the leaks now. I've seen too many other people look at leaks, and all the other streamers are cunts anyway, so whatever. Fuck them. I'm gonna use my influence. No? Nah, fuck them, man. Every time I go into a stream, there's just people like whining about me, so I'm gonna flex my big king dick all over their face from now on. Fuck them. Alright, I think we've looked at all these though, huh? Dude, like we've actually seen the whole set. This is like way more than like 100, 150 cards at this point. Those pathways look so nice, man. So nice. How did I miss one card? What card did I miss? Yeah, no dwarf yet, no. No 1-mana dwarf. Alright, Old Growth Troll. Have I missed my game? I have not. Am I previewing a card? Yes. Okay, green, green, green. 3 mana 4/4 trample. Sounds good. When Old Growth Troll dies... Oh, this is one that was on the stream, huh? But I didn't have enough time to read the card. When Old Growth Troll dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield. It's an aura enchantment with Enchant Forest you control, and Enchanted Forest has tap, add GG, and 1 tap, sack this land, create a tapped 4/4 Troll Warrior creature token with trample. What? Alright, so you play a 3 mana 4/4, and when it dies, it comes back and you equip it to one of your lands. And then that land is animated as a 4/4? And you can tap it to add 2 green? Nah, but I don't think... Does the land actually get animated? No, it doesn't, right? So it's a 3 mana 4/4, and when it dies, you equip it to a land. You can use that land for either 2 green, or you can sack it, make another 4/4 with trample. I mean, clearly a good card. The question is how good? How good? How good compared to the other 3-drops in your mono green deck? So you have Lovestruck Beast, Mammoth. Wait, what else? What's your other 3-drop? Well, Yorvo you don't play anyway, so that doesn't matter. That doesn't count. Steel Leaf, guys. Wake up. Wake up, it's 2021, mate. Steel Leaf is not a card. It's definitely better than Mammoth. Alright. Have you read the other side of the Mammoth card? That you can put it down as a land? So the discussion about this card is not whether it's good or not, because it obviously is good. The discussion about this card is it good enough to be the third 3-drop in your mono green deck alongside your Lovestruck Beast and your Mammoth? Is this your third 3-drop, or is Yorvo your third 3-drop? I mean, it seems to me like this is, honestly. You gotta play this boy, right? It's a bit sad that it's triple green, huh? So you just can't play it in any other deck, but... Yeah, you can make the 4/4 token at instant speed as well, huh? So this guy's gas. So I said earlier that I think they might bring out a new mana dork. If they bring out a mana dork, and then you have those 12 3-drops, guys, mono green might be the juice. And you've still got Henge in your deck, right?
New pairing received.
4 Lovestruck Beast, 4 Troll, 4 Mammoth. Get your mana dork going. You've got Ooze, you've got Henge. This is just standard, man. This is standard mono green. Mono green needs a dork, and it needs a different, like, 1-drop creature. Or 2 dorks. I mean, I'll take 2 dorks.